All right, time for a severe weather alert. Mother Nature giving us a serious storm for Christmas this year. Meteorologist Pete Mangione tracking what's happening in the Weather Center. Hi, Pete.
Hey, Brian, how you doing? And yes, we are looking at a powerful storm on the way tonight through tomorrow morning. So I did want to start things off by talking about the timeline, because the timing is really important, because notice how things don't really get all that bad until overnight through tomorrow morning. So here's what we're thinking. Until about, say, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, yes, the winds ramp up. Yes, we'll get some showers, probably some areas of dense fog. But the worst of the storm likely holds off until after around 2 in the morning, continues through about noontime tomorrow. And we're talking about heavy rain, damaging wind gusts, power outages, things like that. Then tomorrow afternoon, I still think some showers and even a few heavier showers linger through the early afternoon. From the middle to the later part of the afternoon, that is where things start to improve. But in terms of a time to be off the roads where you really don't want to travel, I'd certainly say after midnight through about noon tomorrow would be the time to be off the roads, because that's when things will be at their worst. Now, earlier I mentioned the wind warning. We also have a flood watch in effect. That's because 1 to 3 inches of rain is likely, along with the snow melt. So you add all that up, you could certainly see some street flooding, flooding from small rivers and streams, basement flooding, things like that. So a lot to track with the system, no doubt. Temperatures are mild. They will stay mild for at least the next 12 hours. Not very Christmas-like, right? 51 in Providence, 50 in Smithfield, 51 in Newport. It is 52 in New Bedford and 52 in Westerly right now. It's getting a little bit breezy, but nowhere close to the winds that we're expecting overnight. We don't really have any gusts to track from TF Green or Smithfield right now. We have a recent gust of 25 miles an hour in Taunton, 28 New Bedford, 26 in Newport, and 26 for Block Island. And you'll notice just a few light showers moving through right now, but the heavier, steadier rain is much further off to the west. Now, we have snow on the west side of the system, but we're not really expecting snow. We're going to be on the mild side of the storm, so snow not an issue with the storm. Let's walk you through the wind gust forecast. So this is at 8 p.m. tonight. Gusts around 40 miles an hour. Certainly, yes, that's windy, but watch what happens overnight. We go into around 11 p.m. Now we're talking about gusts in the mid-40s, maybe even a few isolated areas in the mid-50s for wind gusts at this point. Overnight through tomorrow morning, notice what happens. We may have some gusts over 60 miles an hour. This would be 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. And then by the time we go to the afternoon, yes, it's still windy, but not as windy as early and late tomorrow morning. So that's kind of the worst of the winds timeline breakdown. Let's also break down the rain. So this is 8 p.m. tonight. Showers, area of drizzle possible. But overnight, here comes the steadier, heavier rain. We may even sneak in a thunderstorm as this line of heavier rain passes on through. This is around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, as I mentioned, the core of the heavier rain starts to move east, but we're still left with some showers through at least 1 or 2 p.m., maybe a little bit longer than that. And then by tomorrow afternoon, temperatures still in the low 50s, but they will tumble quickly tomorrow evening into Saturday morning, likely going back into the 20s and 30s. So when we wrap everything up, no pun intended, for Christmas, we're talking about 1 to 3 inches of rain, some isolated thunderstorms, winds potentially 50 to 65 miles an hour. And of course, in terms of impacts, basement flooding, power outages. Make sure you have your devices charged up tonight. Make sure you have fresh batteries for flashlights. Now, in the 7-day forecast, you'll see once we get through the mild Christmas tomorrow, it gets much colder, but it's drier this weekend, around 35 on Saturday, Sunday around 40. Chance of some showers moving in late on Monday, with high temperatures in the low 50s, and then fairly quiet throughout the middle of the week with temperatures in the mid-30s, maybe an isolated shower late on Thursday. You can always get more updates on our website. And of course, we'll be here all night long, Brian, tracking all this.
We'll stay with you, Pete. Thanks so much. And of course, we